Do you know how to block? No, seriously, can you block effectively? Do you know how to transition from defense to neutral? Or better yet, do you know how to safely transition from defense to offense? It all starts with the solid foundation of understanding what your defensive options even are, right? But enough of that. My name is Student, and today we are speaking about some more Dragon Ball FighterZ topics. Now, you can find our playlist in the description below that'll have a plethora of different discussions about all different topics around Dragon Ball and a couple of mental health topics as well, little things here and there. Understanding universal defense will build a solid foundation to not only understand your opponent, but to ultimately understand yourself, building towards a clear assessment of risk reward that will not only help you improve, but it will guide you to self-diagnosing problems and think of ways to solve them yourself, becoming truly self-sufficient. Before we get started, answer our first 3 questions by commenting down your current defensive flowchart or the goals and tactics you use to transition from defense to neutral or from defense to offense. Let us know down below. So before we can talk about universal defense, let's talk about the word itself. Universal. Universal is simply applicable in all cases. We're looking towards universal defense because this means we can use it effectively in any situation against any type of character. It is the baseline of where all things start and where all things can end. Defense, it's simply the act of defending from or resisting attack. So universal defense is resisting attack against the entire cast characters. Now, when we're talking about universal defensive options for Dragon Ball FighterZ, the first thing that we all must accept is that Z Reflect is king. This is the one defensive option that every character in the game has. Another option we can look towards is guard cancel. Seeing that reflect is anytime there's a gap, you're always able to do it since the startup is frame 1. Something like guard cancel is technically a frame 1 option. It's something that's invincible as soon as it's active, but you do not have to be inside of gap in order to use it. This can be used during the lock stun. Once we're talking about our frame 4 defensive options, the biggest one is Vanish. Vanish is the single defensive option that is a frame 4 reversal that every character in the game has. It's always +3, but because in game you start in the air, it ends up being around +2, meaning there are a couple of options that can happen afterwards, but for now we will focus on the fact that it is frame 4 invincible. Now, the overall method that I am presenting today, the answer to universal defense that is the foundation of exploring and decision making, all starts from this one philosophy. Block all of the lows and then either fuzzy jump or gamble with reflect jump / reflect tag. Now, anytime we want to gamble on defense, or mash for short, using reflect first is key because not only is it frame 1, it is the safest frame 1 option that we can use on defense, with the exception to character specific reversals into sparking. Again, we're talking about from the baseline first. So at a baseline, reflect is the #1 universal option all characters have access to. Jumping is a frame 4 reversal as well. Your jump startup is 4 frames. This is universal with all characters, and it's also throw invincible from frame 1 to frame 4. This is important because jumping will reset us to neutral the safest way. If we want to get a bit more risky, we can try doing reflect into tag, but this is more so to call out and to try to help our character regain some blue life from the beating that they took earlier in the match. But at a baseline, blocking all of the lows, then either gambling with reflect, jump, or tag, or immediately fuzzy jumping is the best way to universally defend Dragon Ball FighterZ. Thank you guys so much for listening all the way towards the end. Remember to subscribe to the channel and to check out our Patreon for early access to videos like this and any other videos that we managed to make on the channel. Don't forget to comment down your new method of how you will start to defend, and maybe even some character-specific ways that your team can get out in addition to the universal defense. Remember, you guys, to never stop learning. I'll see you guys next time.
We're never done learning. It's never over.